Destiny is one of the pillars of faith that his servants must believe in. An attitude of willingness to accept is a form of a person's faith. When you are close to him through his help, and by emptying your heart of creatures, desires, and everything other than him, so that your heart is filled with Allah SWT and His deeds, then you will move only because of His will, and you will move if Allah SWT moves you. This situation makes you reach the stage of decay. If you are united with your God, it is certainly different from being united with someone other than Him. Remember, don't be happy to depend and be united with others because you and your neighbors are both poor and do not have the power to rely on. The meaning of the verse above is that Allah SWT, nothing can match all of His creation. Therefore, if you have enormous power, don't pretend to be involved in His arrangements. He is all hearing the words of His servants and all seeing of their deeds. Nothing escapes Him, and He will reward all their deeds. If it is good, then it will get a good reward. If it is bad, it will get a bad reward. How can we achieve an attitude of willingness? The beginning of willingness is something that a servant can achieve, and that is the tomb. Although in the end, willingness is a thing and not something that is obtained by effort. Know that for a servant to be willing to accept fate because this is part of his faith. Abdul Wahid bin Zayd said, "Willingness is the greatest gate of Allah SWT and the paradise of this world." Know that a servant will not approach the level of willingness towards his Lord until Allah SWT is pleased with him. As he says in Surah Al-Bayyinah verse 8, which reads, "Allah is pleased with them, and they are pleased with him." Sheikh Abu Ali ad-Dakak said, a disciple asked his sheikh, "Does the servant know that Allah is pleased with him?" The sheikh answered, "No. How could he know that when his pleasure is something hidden?" Then the student protested, "No, he can figure it out." The sheikh asked, "How did the servant know?" The student immediately answered, "If I find my heart willing to Allah SWT, then I know that He is pleased with me." So the sheikh said, "What a kind thing you said, young man. It is said that when Prophet Musa prayed, 'O Allah, guide me to deeds that will bring your pleasure,' Allah SWT answered, 'You will not be able to do it.' Then Musa prostrated himself and continued to beg. So Allah SWT then revealed to him, 'O son of Imran, my pleasure is in your willingness to accept my decree.'" The two stories of the sheikh's dialogue with his students and the prayer of Musa show his power so that the servants will gain his approval by 1. Being willing to accept him, and 2. Willingness to accept his decrees. Loyalty to him is a form of sincerity that only relies on him. A servant who accepts his decree is a form of faith in one of the pillars of faith.